Broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. And I am broadcasting sorry, I got a little distracted by something. I'm using the same username, Tiffany TLC Music, on all those platforms. You can also follow me on Twitch. If you do enjoy the music, I hope you follow me wherever you're watching. And also on, did I say Twitch? I mean on Twitter. So you can watch one of 4 places: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope. And then you can get messages from me. Hi, me Stitcho, on Twitter. Like if I'm not going to be on, and it's actually uncertain about whether I'll be on, how much I'll be on next week. I may be on not at all. I'm not sure. Hi, Sweets Faux Show. Welcome. So let me see something really quick. I've got Periscope open. All right. Hi, Mia Swan. All right, so I think I'm going to get started. I'm going to try to be a little bit on the quicker end today, even though I'm not sure if I'll be on next week. I'm thinking I will. I'll probably be on like through Wednesday maybe. So, but not Thanksgiving or Friday. And then I never come on the weekend. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or maybe one of those days, or maybe none of those days. I will post something on Twitter about that. Hi, Yonana. It's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. Hi, the Boffin67. Molly, how are you doing today? I'm so glad to see you. Hey, Mike, how are you? It's been so long. How have you been? I missed you. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. I was just saying that I'm not sure if I'm going to be on at all next week. I haven't decided. I still haven't decided. If I do come on, it might be like Monday and or Tuesday and or Wednesday, but not Thanksgiving or the Friday after. I'm 99% sure of that. I think that's I can say for sure. You're doing pretty good. Yay. I don't think you had any, I know you had your lawyer thing yesterday, but I don't think you had anything more that I know of. Oh, I'm tired. Excuse me. Hi, KVST. Mike, what do you have planned for Thanksgiving? Happy Friday. Hi, Ia Seta. I hope you don't have anything gathering-ish. I mean, it's a sensitive topic these days, but we are going to do a Zoom Thanksgiving with the huge surge. Gosh, I heard a very disturbing news story about El Paso, Texas, and the hospital system there. I don't think you're near El Paso, right? I wish I knew Texas better. Anyway, I'm thinking about starting with awareness first. I feel like I'm needing a lot of calmness. Hi, Torals. All right. So this is a calming song, a mindfulness song. You're tired too? Yeah, I'll bet. Stress can do that with all the stuff you've been going through. I got up too early because, But also, actually, both of you might be interested in this. I saw a very disturbing interview last night that I fell asleep thinking about and woke up thinking about and then did a Facebook post about. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Mike. That's hard. That's really hard. That's really hard. I've been thinking about all the families out there where there won't be a meeting of the minds and how painful that would be. And I don't know if that's for sure the situation going on in yours, but I'm so grateful that everybody in my family that I would have any thought of meeting with, I don't think has any idea of getting together. Normally we host. Oh, that's nice, Mike. Hi, 1N, 1T, initials, right. How are you? I'm so glad for that, Mike, but it's painful. It's like a bunch of friends of mine recently went camping, and it was like kind of painful to hear about, even though I know I would not have gone. And I'm more worried about them. It's just anytime it's so much easier to bear the idea of having a Zoom Thanksgiving, knowing that everybody that I know that I would have Thanksgiving with is doing it. It would be so much harder if, like, you know, let's say, you know, I don't know. I mean, these scenarios wouldn't mean anything to you. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for inviting followers. Carrie has a built-in nice large family to have Thanksgiving with. So that's handy. Hi. Mike, how have you been? It's so good to see you. Has everything been going all right? I've missed you. I'm starting, let's do this calming song. I'm starting with awareness of all that really is right now. I'm starting with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. Acceptance doesn't mean I can't seek change. Empathy, it does not mean I feel the same. That's cool. They just help us move in peace, come what may. Hi, James. 'Cause fight, flight, or freeze, it's not what we need. Not in you and not in me. Hey, Alon. We want compassion and rationality. And so I'm gonna try to start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. I know. It's not that I can control what he says or does. I'll tell you about that interview in a sec. But if I want peace of mind no matter what, and to maybe help us get out of a rut. Hi, Rohan. Empathic curiosity, it guides me through. I pause to reflect before I do. I gently ask myself, is that really true? And I always try to start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. I'm willing to accept and mourn my unmet needs. If there's a crisis of imagination, we need disagrees. So I don't panic or resort to rewards or punishing. Without rewards or punishments, anger can't live in me. I can think of mutually beneficial strategies and make requests and not demands of anybody. Hey, Alon on Periscope. And so I'm gonna start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. I start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. Without demands or threats, I can give my love freely. 'Cause to condition my love, it hurts both you and me, and invites us each to fight, flight or freeze. yet we want peace without and peace within. So healing and collaboration, it can really begin. So we can be all that we can be through thick and thin. And so I'm gonna try to start with start with awareness of all that really is right now. Start with acceptance that what is right now. And start with heartfelt empathy now, so that I can help bring out the best in me and thee and we. Alon, I'm not sure why do I not have you showing up as a bubble? Is this a new username? Okay, I think so. So I just followed you, and now if you hop on, off and on again, it should be a bubble, hopefully. So yes, thanks for all the emoticons, everyone. So, and Alon, all those, and all the hearts I saw, thank you. So I want to be concise, and both of you, Molly and Mike, are on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page, so you could just look at it. But in a nutshell, I saw an interview that left me with some concern. It was an interview of a guy who had written an article in late September in The Atlantic called How This Election Could Break America. And big delay in your comments. Okay, let me try something. Let me hit low latency. That doesn't usually help much, but I have not had any complaints about that. Oh, that's great, Carrie. Okay. That's good to hear. I cannot wait to hear the latter thing, especially about Michigan lawmakers, because that actually was the subject of the interview I saw last night of the guy who had written that article back in September. And the interview, the guy said, well, the interviewer was like, so the stuff you wrote about the article, like a lot of it's come true so far, but it's not gonna be a problem, right? I heard about that. Giuliani's son does too. I heard about Don Jr. Oh, so sad. But what, in a nutshell, I don't want to get too in the weeds, because it's if you haven't read the article, it's called How This Election Could Break America or something like that. It's in The Atlantic and it's super long. It was written in late September, but basically everything he's predicted has played out. First, lots of litigation accusing everything, every which way, making it look like, oh, there's so much uncertainty. Then pressuring the members of the boards of certification, like what happened in Michigan, where the two Republicans were pushed to vote against, and then they voted for, and then they tried to retract, that kind of thing going on. And then the third thing is to say, okay, fine, you guys certify who you want to under state law, but we're going to, in the state legislature, we have the right, as the Supreme Court said in Bush v. Gore, apparently, I never read the case, that the legislature can change the rules on how they appoint electors at any time. And with our current court the way it is, the legislatures where there's Republicans holding both chambers in the states could say, hey, we think this is all funky, we're gonna appoint all Trump electors. The governor, according to state law and popular vote, says it's all Biden electors, and then now you have two sets of electors. How does it get decided? I know, right? Is either the Supreme Court, where there's that interpretation out there, there's a concern with, especially with the new conservative justice, that could go badly, or it goes to the House Senate under this act, this archaic act that's never been used, that's apparently completely confusing and poorly drafted and has many different interpretations. And if it goes to that, then you either have Pence making the final decision, or you have a constitutional crisis where three people have equal claim to the presidency on January 20th. Biden, Trump, and Pelosi. So I'm laughing now. But I had a hard time falling asleep, and I had a hard time when I woke up. Anyway, let me go back and look at comments. Sorry. I'm so happy to hear that, Carrie. I cannot wait. The news that had concerned people was like, wow, why did the Michigan lawmakers go take the White House appointment today? Why did they fly to the White House to meet if they weren't considering doing this? So I'll be so curious to hear that. Biden and Harris are fundraising so they can start the transition. The biggest issue isn't the biggest issue also that I think the biggest concern that I've heard anyways, they've got a lot of money, but they need briefings on important things. He did die. Yes, that was a really sad state of affairs, that conference. That was really a sad photo thing going on of him. Just, I felt sorry for him, actually, that he was so, I think, so grasping and so just, I don't know, it could have been the conditions of the situation, but whatever, he was pouring sweat down and nobody else was, by the end. Let's see. What did you say, Molly, that Carrie caught that I missed? How you spell that name? Oh, I guess. I did. I thought that was a typo, Carrie. The Giuliani. I now understand. The intelligence briefings, right? What's Borat's hair dye? What is that? Is that another joke? Sip of water. Anyway, Alon, I'm okay. I have been a little stressed out. I'm feeling a little relieved hearing what Carrie said, but my basic Facebook post was, okay, everyone, do whatever you can to help us win in Georgia, but also keep an eye on, Giuliano, but also keep an eye on these states, these swing states where there are Republicans hold the majority in both chambers in the legislatures. Just Giuliani. All right. It really was just, it was ghoulish. It was sad. I'm getting a lot of lost connection on my watching of Periscope, so I hope it's coming through all right. Thus Giuliani, right. All right, let's do I Want to Live Before I Die. I don't think I saw that movie, Carrie, but I think I know what movie you're talking about. Let's do I Want to Live Before I Die. So how is everybody else doing? Alon, how are you doing if you feel like sharing? And Carrie, I know Mike said he's pretty stressed with the election news, which I guess how I felt every day since the election, I felt more and more stress around how is this really going to turn out? And I couldn't quite put my finger on why. And I had read that article way back when, but I'd forgotten a lot of the details. And I was thinking in my mind, I want to see that guy interviewed. To see if he says, oh yeah, no, what I said before, don't worry about it. Or whether he was like, and he was like, yeah, it's just what I said, and we're well on the path. So that's what kind of kept me up a little bit last night. But he didn't say it was like inevitable. He just said he wished he could rule it out as a possibility. All right, so let's do a song. I Want to Live Before I Die. Let me actually find this. I Want to Live. Oh, that's not it. Okay. Good. Oh, Rohan, you're in Jamaica. That's exciting. I'm not so much thinking of the sound, but if it's choppy at all, but that's great. Good to have you. It could be that my download speed is different than my upload speed. It could be that the trouble I'm having is with my download speed. So I don't know. It could also be Periscope on my end for some reason. Periscope coming in. All right. So this is a song about, this is kind of a midlife crisis song, but it doesn't have to be just midlife. It's just some point where you go, wow, wait a minute. I gotta break free and do what I want to do with my life. And yeah. Ooh, wow, what just happened? Oh, I thought it was, so yesterday a string could not come into tune. I had to replace the string, but that's not related to this, so that's good. No problems. You know I really wanna live before I die. No growing up with a sigh. I just wanna live before I die. There comes a time for some, and that time it came for me. When the pain of holding back, it was worse than breaking free. It wasn't always so clear to me. You know I've known fear so well, so glad that I can move through. And no, it's not where I wanna dwell. I wanna live before I die. You know I really wanna live before I die. Growing up with a sigh. I just wanna live before I die. So much I wanna give, so much that I wanna be. So that is it. Here I come, I'm giving all that I've got in me. 'Cause I wanna live before I die. You know I really wanna live before I die. No growing up with a sigh. I just wanna live before I die. I just wanna live before I die. Thanks for all those lovely hearts. The blue and the yellow. Thanks, Alon. Thanks, Molly. So yeah, so let's see. I know Molly's plans for Thanksgiving. I can predict. I know Mike's plans for Thanksgiving. I can predict Carrie's plans for Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, Alon. If your family is just doing your family. Bit of fun and relief from all the politics, Liz. Let me tell you about relief from politics too. Babies do it, and so do baby doggos. It's very hard to remain completely serious and stressed for very long with a new person or doggo. Her corn, oh my God, that's so cute. Ah, Carrie. Oh, right, of course, Alon. Of course, why would you? Yeah. Well, But Thanksgiving being Britain, I mean, why would you, yeah, it's an American holiday for sure, right? I mean, there's no equivalent there. Plus you're saying you don't celebrate stuff anyway, but still. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. He's so cute, puppy. I just heard a bark. I've been growing more and more. He's getting so endearing. He's so cute. He's just, our cat will sit there. First of all, our cat's playing with him a lot, which is really cute. He's 10 years old, so we were surprised. It took him a while, but he's very intrigued with the dog, and over time he's really started playing with him every day a lot. But if you put the both of them in the backyard, the cat just sits there serenely watching the dog for like 10 minutes while the dog does everything. Like first the dog will focus on the cat. Oh, try to play, and it'll duck down low. Come on, play. And it'll be like, oh, I've got an itch. I'm like, itch. And it'll be like, oh, there's a string. And like go and just bite on it. And meanwhile, Oliver will just a cat will be focused entirely on just watching. And the dog can't keep its focus for more than 10 seconds at a time. And it does like 20 things in the space of 10 minutes, at least a third of which it's not supposed to do. It's so busy and distractible. It's super cute. It's so cute. I do intend to get some better pictures. Right. I hear you. I hear you, Molly. Yeah, it's definitely got a sordid history for sure. Yeah, I think of it as we all reinterpret the holidays. Like I'm not Christian, but I celebrate Christmas just because it's like the tree and it's cool to give gifts, and the tree kind of brights up the darkness of the gloom of the winter. And for Thanksgiving, I think of it really, I focus on the fact that it's a shiny thing. Exactly. It's like that movie, Squirrel. Remember the dog? Squirrel. That's like our puppy. It's just every 2 seconds. Oh, string, itch, cat. And the cat will be like, okay, I'm ready to play. And the dog will just be like, oh, look at this toy. I've never seen this. But yeah, I just think of it as celebrating the harvest, time and, like things that's still relevant. I mean, we're not farming ourselves really, but celebrating that. And also just, I really think we do all these winter holidays just so that we can light up and brighten up this dark time of year, cold, dark, sort of uninviting time of year, or not very life nurturing time of year. We make it so. Totally, Carrie, totally. Yeah, there's some really interesting analysis of Christianity and how it grafts onto old pagan traditions, like evolve from that. And I don't want to get too into that because some people, are believe in Christianity, and that's cool. But yeah, the point being, like you can kind of make the most out of, or just translate the meaning of a holiday for your own purposes. And some people might take offense, I suppose, but yeah, bonfire night, Guy Fawkes night, November 5th every year. Wow, that sounds great. Now that's a great example of lighting up the dark times, right? Since the 1700s. Wow. Oh, Lou. Oh yeah, because Lou's a kitten. Tree worshiping. What does that relate to? The bonfire? Oh, the bonfire maybe? Worshipping the trees by burning them? I hate it because you don't like fireworks. Oh, they're fireworks? Oh. What's Guy Fawkes? Fawks. Does that relate to the fireworks? It's so wrong that I can talk and you guys have to type. I'm so sorry. I always feel bad about that, especially when I'm like, oh, I have all these like follow-up questions. And then when I finally see your Yule logs. Oh, that's what it is? Oh, Yule logs. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, exactly. So you come up with your own interpretation of the meaning of the traditions. Nature reverence. Yes. Yes, you just come up with your own interpretations. So I'm thinking how I want to be. I think it's been a long time since I sang that song. And then I was thinking maybe of ending on a reason why. I don't know. It's very late. It's already 6. I wanted to get on earlier tonight. Bummed. All right, let's do how I want to be. Oh, wow. Alon, that's so interesting. So totally different interpretation from what I had. Wow. That is really interesting. Oh, guys, I'm tired. Is that what Yule's poop? Yule logs. Yeah, wow. Is that a request? Well, we could do how I want to be, and then we could do train instead of a reason why. I kind of just don't feel quite up for a reason why. It takes a lot of effort. Let's see, H. And we've got Mike on, so we have to do train. We've got Mike on. We have to do that. All right. Trying to be okay. Oh, maybe it was a request? Here I go again, asking follow-up questions. All right. Not me, but you hope Molly is trying to be. Yeah, because of all that's going on. I do too. It sounds like when I asked her first when they came on, Molly goes by they, them, and is okay with me saying that. And I'm happy to have the practice doing it. So, but you saw I just said she. Anyway, what was I going to say in substance? I was going to say that they said that they were doing well when they first came on. So that seemed good. Yeah, considering the nightmare you've been through, I think pretty good is as good as you can get. Thanks for your support, Molly. I'm working on it. All right, let's see. Here we go. Sip of water. So this is a song about kind of trying to understand the way people tick so that we can have more empathy. It's based on ideas from a method of communicating called nonviolent communication. Do I see an evil man or a man who's lost his way? Do I hear what's in his heart, or do I hear what his words say? Do I demonize you, or can I see through? I want to see the real you, 'cause as I think, so I do. I've learned how to think of things in a way that helps you and me. That's great. How to be the way that I want to be. As a teen, I tried to meet my needs through judgment and anger. I screamed until my throat hurt and shed many a tear. Not enough pie, but I've come so far, you see. I've discovered empathy, compassion for us both, a new way to be. I've learned how to think of things in a way that helps you and me. How to be the way that I want up there. And I love the road I'm on. Frustration is all but gone. I'm more at peace every day. So glad that I found my way. Now I've learned how to think of things in a way that helps you and me. How to be the way that I want to be. How to be the way that I want to be. That I want to be. That I want to be. Yes, this is how I want to be. Hi, Rohan. Welcome. Oh, thanks, Alon. Thanks also for the hearts, people. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Alon. Thanks, Molly. All those pretty hearts. I don't know what I would do without you guys, really. Seriously, this keeps me going so much, especially during the last 9 months of hell we've all been going through. Thanks, Mike. Mike, had you seen my puppy before today? Our puppy? Had you heard the whole story about this guy? I always look for excuses to show him off. Now, he's so much cuter than this picture, even though this is pretty cute. But his ears take over almost his entire face is more how he looks in reality. Hi, Wesley. How are you doing? But I don't know if I told... Oh, yes, I did tell you. I told you about the puppy before we got it, and you were like, ooh, be careful, which is a good thing. But we jumped in anyway, and he's just like having a new baby. Puppy! That's great, Wesley, and thanks for inviting followers. He's just like having a new baby. Just like having a new baby. Yeah, one of these times, a couple times we've brought him in here. It's kind of a pain to get a hold of my son to see if he can bring him in, and often he's sleeping. But it's so much like a new baby. Like, you know how, Carrie, you'll be freshly aware of this, Carrie. And maybe it doesn't happen this way in your house, but in our house, when the baby would finally fall asleep, it'd be like, okay, everybody, shh, please don't wake up the baby. I really want to have some time. Ask me about my grandpup. I should. You know, because I'm the only female in the house, I've periodically been called mom of the pup, even though, like, that doesn't really make sense. But my son is dad. His brother is my son's brother. My other son is uncle. And of course, then that makes my husband his grandpa. So I should be grandma, but because I'm the only female in the house, I sometimes end up being called mom. I've been trying to call myself grandma, though, because it kind of designates that, like, I do want to have more of that grandparent role in the pup's life, given that he is turning out to be like having a new baby. And I'm realizing I held back from having more babies because it's hard, and I wanted to with every fiber of my being, almost every fiber. But I stopped myself because I just knew, like, it might be too much for me. And so, like, it's a similar thing. It's so much like having a new baby. All right, so let's do train. We'll everybody take a train to their own house. Please don't travel for Thanksgiving. This isn't an invitation to hop into a train and go anywhere. Please try to stay home. I know, Molly, you've made an exception for your elderly neighbor, but, you know, in general, please try to stay in your household. The healthcare workers are so beleaguered. They're so worried. Our healthcare system is so close to overwhelm. Like I said, Mike, I saw a very disturbing crying healthcare worker describing the pit in El Paso, Texas, where patients are sent. Thank you. Oh, that's really sweet, Rohan. Do you broadcast on here? I'd love to see if you broadcast. Or do you have a YouTube channel or anything? Tiona is Seneca for mom. Oh, Tiona. Is Seneca the Native American tribe? And how did that, oh. Because I was talking about being mom to the puppy. Woo, woo, all aboard the virtual train. We're going to circle it back and come back right to our own house. All right. This goes out to our resident conductor, Mike. We are so glad to have him here today. And if I can get it up here now, there it is. No, there it is. Well, I sure hope that. Oh, what about El Paso? So El Paso, Texas. Hi, William. How are you doing? So good to see you. El Paso, Texas. There's this room. So this woman who was on CNN on an interview, her situation was played back. She had a post about it, and it was discussed in concert with like an analysis of the hospital overruns in El Paso and Texas in general, and how they have like a morgue. Yes, that's cool, Molly. That's great, William. Thanks for the emoticons. They have mobile morgues because the morgues are overflowing. And this woman had worked in New York. She'd worked in every place. She says, nothing prepared me. She was just crying, a tear streaming down her face. Nothing prepared me for El Paso. She said they had this room, they told me, called the pit. And when people go down into the pit, there are no doctors there. They're like nurses, and you can resuscitate up to 3 times, and then you just let people die. And it was just said, when you go down to the pit, you don't come back. And it was just a horror movie. And it sounds like it was just a nightmare. And it got me kind of worried about, well, this is not just true in Texas, but in a lot of places, the hospitals are either at capacity or near capacity. And we're only shooting straight up right now. 178,000 cases or something like that yesterday. It wasn't just a couple days ago a month ago that it was like 40,000. So exponential growth. So everybody, please stay safe over Thanksgiving. I hope to be on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, but no guarantees of that. I will tweet out if I'm not coming on. That's good, Mike, but I hope it's not an indication of how, just stay away from El Paso though, but I hope it's not, I mean, well, like I said, we're all struggling. All of our hospitals are struggling everywhere, but some maybe more acutely than others. Hopefully nowhere else in Texas, Mike. But just everybody be careful. Just stay out of the hospital, whatever you do. Well, unless you have a heart attack or something. I'm telling you, Alon, there are so many scenes like that. These healthcare workers are so traumatized. They've been through so much for so long, and I wish there was more thought given to them when we took risks. Oh, that's great, Molly. All right, let's do this train song. All aboard! Train, woo, chug a, train, woo, chug a, chug. Okay, Rohan. I see a train, it's going down the tracks. I'm afraid that it won't come back. Train, woo, chug a, train, woo, chug a, chug. Over your noses too, right? It's going farther than my eyes can see. Hey there, train, wait for me. Train, woo, chug a, train, woo, chug a, chug. It's no use, it's too far gone. Now I'm just left here singing this song. Train, woo, chug a, train, woo, chug a, chug. Train, woo, chug a, train, woo, chug a, chug. Yay! Oh, so nice to be with you guys. Thanks for all the trains and the woo-woos. But yeah, the mask thing is interesting because I feel bad. Oh, much love to you, Mike. Have a happy Thanksgiving if I don't get to see you before then. Have a really nice Thanksgiving, and maybe consider hopping on Zoom with your family. It makes up so much of the difference. I really think that's true. You too, Alon. Thanks for all the emoticons. It really does. Doing the little Zoom connections is surprisingly, Zoom, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger video, whatever it is, it helps so much. It's surprisingly connecting. I highly recommend at least a check-in with the rest of your family, Mike, and others who might be spending this Thanksgiving with fewer people than they would like, But on the masks, I think a lot of times the masks don't fit right, and so people talk and they slide down. It's very difficult, so I feel for people. But so often in the pictures you see people like this and you're like, ah. Have you all had nightmares about not having your mask? I won't ask, but I have. Or suddenly finding yourself in crowded rooms. We're all going to be so traumatized after this. Anyway, I see some typing. I'll linger for a moment, but yeah, you guys mean so much to me, and this time together means so much. And thanks for being a part of this and keeping me company and letting me keep you company, and especially during this difficult, ongoing, challenging time. All right, I see more typing. I will wait. What's happening? My hair is so much hair. All right, I see 2 people typing. Okay. Oh, that's smart, Molly. Oh, that's good. But those video chats, consider them. We did that for pumpkin carving. We had like a Zoom at one end, and it was like they were there carving pumpkins. Thank you. I appreciate you too, Rohan. I'll try to check that out. It would be better if I had a link. If you can DM me a link, that would be great on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, and see if you can't DM me a link to your YouTube channel. I'd love to check that out. All right. Thank you. You have a great evening as well. Thank you, Molly, for another wonderful evening. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Carrie, Molly, Mike, Rohan, Alon, others, Wesley, and I have no idea who else. Others, but I